The other game that we have here, staying within Conference USA, we have New Mexico State on the road at Jacksonville State. The Gamecocks are 20.5-point home favorites, and this game carries an over-under 58.5 points. Kicks off Wednesday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2. The over did take a little bit of action as of Tuesday morning here, about 36 hours before kickoff. It jumped up from 57.5 to as high as 59. We may see that trend continue as kick gets closer here. But look, to just talk about New Mexico State. Look, we knew they were going to have it rough this year. Mass exodus in the offseason. They didn't really have a ton of scholarship players. They didn't even have enough scholarship players to fill up an entire team, taking walk-ons and things like that. And they're still not meeting those low expectations as they're only 1-4 against the closing number here so far in the season. I have them ranked as the 4th worst rated team in the FBS and 148th overall in Division I. That's below quite a few FCS teams if we're taking count here. But they did make a quarterback change after being shut out in Week 3. Since then, they've scored 11 on Sam Houston State and 40 against a horrifically bad New Mexico defense in a rivalry there. Neither quarterback's really anything to write home about. Their new guy's about a sub 50% completion guy. It's just nothing inspiring. We haven't seen that big leap in offense like you would like to see under a new quarterback. On the other side, Jacksonville State, they just rushed for 384 yards in a 63-24 win at Kennesaw State. New Mexico State's defense, on the other hand, ranks last in the FBS and rush EPA so far. And the Aggies, they've given up 15 40-plus yard plays this season. That is by far the most in the FBS. Now, Jacksonville State's offense, it's really coming together under Tyler Huff. He's a dual-threat guy. Last 3 outings, they've scored 34 points, 44, 63 points, suspect competition. But either way, that's a marked improvement over the first couple of weeks of the year. In Week 1, Tyler Huff carried the ball 5 times for 14 yards and fumbled it 3 times. Not great. Since then, 14 carries a game, 117 yards a game, and 5 rushing touchdowns. That's pretty solid from Huff here. As he goes, the Jacksonville State offense also goes. And the last 2 games for New Mexico State's defense, 186 combined rushing yards and 5 rushing touchdowns they've given up to quarterbacks. So to me, I'm targeting Tyler Huff in this game. You can find the number 84.5 rushing yards. I'm taking over that. You can find it at time of recording as high as 90. So I like taking the low number there, going over his rushing total. I think it's also worth taking a look at Tyler Huff to score a couple of touchdowns here. 2 touchdowns at plus 165, 3 touchdowns I believe is at 380. The anytime touchdown market isn't great for college football, but in this game, I am taking Tyler Huff. I am banking on the fact that this Jacksonville State offense is coming around, humming a lot more. Their team totals at 41.5 points. If you want to take them to score 42, go for it. That's not personally in my pocket here. I do like Tyler Huff over 84.5 rushing yards on Wednesday night.